Voted me class president. I am very glad to receive this honor. The love I have for this town and school is beyond any words I can say. Everyone has helped me so much, from just the lunch ladies asking me how I've been, to Coach Hunt helping me and my family. I am truly blessed to be able to say I am a student of Elk City High School. First, I would like to thank Coach Green and Coach Murray. Coach Green, the moment I met you, I knew we would be close. You had the same energy as me, and you always had me pumped up. You showed me that just because I grew up with nothing, I was way more than that. You showed me I want to thank this year's senior class for voting me class president. I am very glad that I received this honor. The love I have for this town and school is way beyond any words I can say. Everyone has helped me, from just the lunch ladies asking me how I've been, to Coach Hunt helping me and my family. I am truly blessed to be able to say I am a student of Elk City High School. First, I would like to thank Coach Green and Coach Murray. Coach Green, the moment I met you, I knew we would be close. You had the same energy as me, and you pumped me up. You showed me that just because I grew up from nothing, I was way more than that. Thank you so much. I have so much love for you, I wish I could explain it. Coach Murray, you truly shaped me into the man I am today. My freshman year, I was just some athletic kid who didn't have his head on straight and didn't know a thing about life. You showed me that life is more than just sports. You treated me with respect, and you showed me the way. I would not be here if it wasn't for you. I'm going to make you proud one day. I won't give up. I want to thank all of the Elk City coaches from every sports I've ever been in. I know y'all want Elk City to succeed as bad as y'all want to breathe, and we are. We are on the rise. We are the underdogs, and the only way we can go is up. Most of all, I want to thank my family. Shakur, you have been a tremendous role model. Thank you for taking me in and caring for me. I wish you safety in the Army. Sam, thank you for treating me like a little brother and always being there for me. Darion, thank you. Even though we argue and we fight, I love you like a brother. Shaquille, since I was a kid, I looked up to you. I remember all the games we played. You were always there for me. And you would help me with anything I ever asked. You will always be someone I look up to. Bubba, thank you for making my head was on straight. You kept me grounded when I felt like I was in the sky. You kept me 10 toes down. Angel, thank you. You've always been there for me. If I ever needed someone to call, I knew I had you. You are the best sister anyone could ever ask for. Pri, thank you for taking care of me and my brothers and sisters. You raised me right and you taught me the wrongs. You cared for me like I was your own blood, and I can never repay you for that. To all my little brothers and sisters, I grind every day to show y'all that hard work is always the answer. The grind never stops. Y'all motivate me to push and to never stop. Dad, I love you. Thank you for all the calls and making sure I was always okay. Thank you, Mom. Even when we had nothing, you always made sure I had what I needed. You are truly a super mom. I love you so much, and you push me to be a better person. You are truly my rock.
Hello, my name is Hilda Anahi Garcia, and I stand before you today as the salutatorian of the 2020 senior class. I would like to begin by thanking everyone who has played a role in my life these past couple of years. Thank you to Mrs. Shelton, Mrs. Stover, and Ms. Bell for helping us with colleges and scholarships. Thank you to the school janitors for cleaning our school every single day and for greeting me with a smile and a buenos dias y cómo estás every morning. Thank you to my band directors for always pushing me to do better, even when I thought I wasn't capable. Thank you to all of the teachers for going through the struggle of switching to online classes. Thank you to the teachers who have had me in class and have answered my endless amount of questions. I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Barnett for supporting me and sharing my story and telling me to go with my gut. Thank you to my brother and sister for always checking up on me. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents. Thank you for supporting me in everything I do and loving me endlessly. Now that I have said all my thank yous, I want to share my story with you all, and I hope you listen to it with an open mind and an open heart. I immigrated from Mexico to the United States at the age of 7. My parents brought my siblings and I here in hope of providing us with a better life than they had growing up. My parents were willing to give up everything they knew and owned in order to provide for their family. I say that because we moved here with literally nothing but the clothes on our backs. The amount of courage and hope that it takes to do that is unimaginable. Moving to a completely different country comes with a lot of challenges. The first one being learning a different language. I remember when my parents went to enroll me at school. The people that were enrolling me suggested that I repeat first grade, even though I had just completed it back in Mexico. They believed it would be beneficial for me to relearn the basics in English. They said it would cause me no harm since I had started school a year early anyways, and that it might even help me make the connection between English and Spanish. My parents agreed, and I repeated first grade. I remember my very first day of school here in Elk City, Oklahoma. I was terrified because I couldn't understand a single word anyone was saying. I remember being separated from all the kids for a certain amount of time in order to listen to translations. I was given a headset and a set of flashcards that translated words from Spanish to English, and that is how I learned the English language. Throughout the first couple of years living here in the United States, I was terrified. I felt as if everything I owned could be taken away from me at any moment. I felt confused as to why I had to leave all of my clothes, toys, friends, and family behind. I lived in fear, and I hid behind it. Growing up, I never told anyone I was undocumented. It wasn't until this year that I truly started to accept that being an immigrant is part of who I am, and there's no shame in that. I was hesitant to write this speech because growing up, I was taught to keep it to myself. But something inside of me is telling me to share my story with you all on this day. I do not mean to offend anybody by sharing my story. I simply want to make a difference. If this only makes a difference in a handful of people, I will be content. If there's somebody like me out there, I want to let them know that they are not alone. Because that's what I felt growing up. Loneliness. I felt different from all the other kids, and I felt as if they didn't really know me. I want to let that person know that things will get better. Fast forward to my first year of high school. I am sitting in my bedroom thinking about what career I want to pursue. I know, and have known for several years now, that I want to go into the medical field. Although it sounds like a challenging path, it is also an unrealistic one due to my legal status. I sit on my bed, feeling defeated and frustrated. I begin to wonder why I can grow up in the same school as all my peers and do the same amount of work as everyone else and put in equal amounts of effort, if not more, and then have my options limited when I go into the real world. Why is it that after high school, they can continue to chase their dreams and I am left empty-handed? After having all of these negative thoughts, I walk into the kitchen, crying. I walk up to my mom and I ask her what the point of going to college is if I can't even pursue the career I want to. This is when she informs me that she has had this exact same heartbreaking conversation with my other 2 siblings. She tells me that she often questions whether her and my father made the right choice in bringing us here. At this point, I feel bad for bringing it up, and I apologize to her because that wasn't fair of me. I begin to understand that although we didn't get the picture-perfect life we thought we would, coming here has given us a happier and a slightly more financially stable lifestyle than we had back in Mexico. After we finish crying, she assures me that I will be whatever I want to be. It may take a lot more money and time than everyone else, but the important thing is that she believes in me. After having this talk with my mother, I wanted to assure my parents that they had made the right choice in bringing us here. I wanted to make them proud, and the only way I knew how was through school. I began to try extremely hard on all my schoolwork, but it wasn't always easy. Due to my parents' lack of understanding the English language, I never had parents at home who could help me with my homework. This made me rely on myself and my teachers a lot more. All the countless hours I spent studying outside of the classroom was for my parents. They are my inspiration, and they are the reason I stand before you today. Becoming salutatorian has reminded me of how far I have come, both educationally and in life. It has reminded me that I started off not knowing a single word of English, and I am now ranked second in my senior class. It has reminded me that I moved here with nothing but the clothes on my back, and I now have a house full of memories, love, and meaningful objects. Although many of the words that describe me have been degraded in today's society, I am proud to say that I am a female, Mexican, immigrant, low-income, first-generation college student that stands before you today as a salutatorian. I am not sharing this story to have people feel sorry for me. I am sharing this with you to show you that immigrants are people too. We work, think, and function just like everyone else. I'm here to show you that we're not those terrible people that society has made us out to be. I want to inform you that my family, along with many other immigrants, try to come here the right way. My family has been in the legalization process for 11 years now, so coming here the right way is not always possible, or even an option. If you have a family and something needs to be changed for the better, you try to do it as soon as possible, and that's what we did. I know we don't all agree on how we view immigrants, but I'm sure we all view family the same way. Family always comes first, and we will always love and accept our families no matter what. By sharing this speech with you, I am not asking you to change your views on immigrants. I am simply asking you to keep an open mind and an open heart with all people. Thank you.
I would like to extend a warm welcome to the parents, friends, family, faculty, administrators, and most of all, the graduating class of 2020. My name is Rosie Garcia, and I am honored to speak as the valedictorian for the class of 2020. Before I begin, I would like to thank a few individuals who have influenced my life in ways I never thought possible. As some of you may know, I come from a Hispanic household, and I believe it is only right to thank my parents in a way they will truly understand. So my first thank you goes out to my mom and dad. Gracias por siempre apoyarme y muchas gracias por todo lo que han hecho para darme la vida más perfecta. Secondly, I would like to thank my sister Leslie. Thank you for being a great role model and for being the guinea pig in all of life's ventures. I would also like to thank Savannah Cock, not only for being by my side through everything, but for always reminding me to have some fun. Next, I want to thank Anahi Garcia. Not only are you my cousin, but you're also my best friend. Thank you for always listening to me, and thank you for giving me the best advice. Last, but certainly not least, Eduardo Lucias. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best version of myself, and for constantly assuring me that everything is going to be okay. I am beyond grateful for the opportunity to speak before this wonderful class of 2020. But I'm going to be completely honest with you all. I do not want to write this speech. Not because I hate writing, but because I do not want to accept the fact that this is the end. As I sat down to begin writing, a million thoughts raced through my mind. Are we going to have a traditional graduation? Are we having a virtual graduation? Never in a million years would I have thought a world pandemic would prevent us from experiencing the most precious moments of our lives. Coronavirus, COVID-19, or as many of us may call it, the Rona, is a serious virus that has taken the lives of many people. And though we wish this pandemic would not have happened, it did, and that is beyond our control. Classmates, we can finally say we made it. This journey of ours has been filled with both good and bad. We have been through so much in our years at Elk City Public Schools. We have been through the beginning and end of school uniforms. We have experienced the creation of a phenomenal elementary school. We dealt with the transition of bringing the freshmen to the high school. And we have also experienced the advancement of technology and education. Throughout these years, we have grown closer together, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. We all hold memories that we will cherish for a lifetime, and although our senior year did not end how we envisioned, 2020 is also the year for new beginnings. It's cliche to say that I am not qualified to give you guys life advice, but if we're being honest, I am by no means qualified to give anyone life advice, because mine, as well as yours, is just beginning. But for the sake of this speech, I will leave you guys with something I hold near and dear to my heart. Benjamin Franklin once stated that you can do anything you set your mind to, and with that in mind, I want to tell a little part of my story. When I was in the 4th grade, I had a desire to be in the Gifted and Talented program. This program was for students who gave evidence of high achievement capability, who need services and activities not ordinarily provided by the school in order to fully develop those capabilities. To qualify for the GT program, you must receive a high enough score on the test. I remember taking the test and being told I did not make it in. I was, of course, devastated. I felt like I wasn't smart enough to be in a program of that caliber, and that stuck with me for a very long time. Going into middle school, I told myself that I was not smart enough to enroll in pre-AP classes, and so I never did. Sometime between the end of my 8th grade year and the beginning of my freshman year, I had a conversation that changed my life. Casey Cannon had told me that she believed I was capable of becoming valedictorian. Now, my initial thought was, valid what? I'm not joking when I say I had no idea what the word valedictorian meant, or that it was even an actual word. But following that conversation, I learned what a valedictorian was, and from that day on, I set my mind to achieving that honor. So back to Benjamin Franklin's quote. You can do anything you set your mind to. I spent so many years dwelling on a program that made me believe I wasn't capable of achieving academic excellence. So many years of self-doubt. I'm not up here giving this speech because I'm some kind of brainiac. Matter of fact, I can name so many more students who are far more intelligent than I am. Being valedictorian was not an honor that was just handed to me. Being valedictorian took me 4 years of studying, 4 years of stress, and a year of burnout. I'm up here today because 4 years ago, I set my mind to achieving this honor. And I know for a fact that if I hadn't, I wouldn't be up here. If there's one thing I want you guys to take away from my story, it's to never let your past determine your future. No matter what anyone tells you, and no matter what your past consists of, if you set your mind to achieving your desires, you most definitely can. Classmates, our time as Elk City High School students is finally coming to an end. The day we have all dreamt about is finally here. From this day on, our new chapter begins. Today, we all go our separate ways, but may we always be connected at heart. To my understanding, it is my responsibility to bid you guys farewell. But unfortunately, I am the absolute worst at goodbyes, so how about see you later? I hope each and every one of you finds whatever it is you're looking for in life. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the journey.
On behalf of the Elk City Board of Education, Administration, and faculty, I would like to welcome everyone to the Elk City High School's Class of 2020 Graduation and Awards Celebration. I would like to thank Mrs. Bell, Mrs. Murray, for their hard work on this year's Brown and White Awards Assembly. Thank you to all of our scholarship sponsors for their continued support of our Brown and White Awards Assembly. I would also like to thank Cool 94.3 FM and Big Elk TV for their coverage of the graduation parade. Thank you, Mr. Barnett, for serving as this year's senior sponsor, Mrs. Shelton, Mrs. Moyer, and the high school faculty for all their guidance and encouragement they have given to this year's graduating class. Thank you to the senior parents for their support and their support of their graduate. And last but not least, I would like to thank this year's graduating class. High school years go by so fast. It has been fun watching you grow up into young men and young women, and I am so proud of each and every one of you. In closing, my message to this year's graduating class is not to focus on what you have lost or missed, but the memories that you have made. You have formed lifelong friendships that can never be broken. Your high school years are just the beginning of your adult lives. You have so much to look forward to, and I would like to wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
You know, this is one of those moments when you remember exactly where you are when you get the phone call that something is about to change and it will be like nothing you've ever seen before. When Superintendent Garrison called me and told me what was going on, what was going to happen, and that nothing would look like we've ever seen before. From classes to education, internet, food, a whole list of things. It was very, very overwhelming. But one of the top things on his list was graduation. That's a monumental time in your life that you will never get back again as a high school senior. We hope this parade has helped transition from one chapter to another, and that keeping the safety of the kids and the community, please know it was of utmost importance. Now, the most important part. Fellow board members, Superintendent Garrison, parents, and guests, it's my pleasure to announce the following students have met the graduation requirements as set forth by the Elk City Board of Education and by the power vested in me as the Elk City School Board President. I am proud to announce them as Elk City High School graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.
Do not let your fire go out.
Spark by irreplaceable spark.
In the hopeless swamps of the not quiet.
The not yet.
And the not at all.
Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved
and have never been able to reach.
The world you desire
can be won.
It exists.
It is real.
It is possible. It's yours.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. There's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before.
I swear it's the truth. I owe it all to you. I had the time of my life. No, I've never felt like this before. Do you really want to live forever, forever and ever? I will remember you. Forever young, will you remember me? When I see you again,
when I see you again, and
I've had the time of my